The 10 most expensive countries to live in worldwide. Welcome to our video on the top 10 most expensive countries to live in worldwide. In this video, I'll be going over each country and what makes it so costly for residents. So make sure to stay tuned and hit that subscribe button, like and share this video with your friends, family, and loved ones. Which countries are the most expensive to live in around the world? Keep watching because you're about to find out. If you've ever want to move abroad and start a new life, check this list before you do, as some of these lesser-known nations might surprise you. Here are the top 10 most costly nations to reside in throughout the world. Number 10. Barbados. Barbados is the 10th most expensive nation to live in on the planet. It's a sovereign island country in the West Indies, Lesser Antilles, located in the Caribbean Sea. The city has a population of around 285,719 people and is located in the southeast part of Israel. It covers roughly 349 square kilometers and measures 23 kilometers by 34 kilometers. Bridgetown, the capital of Barbados, has approximately 110,000 people living in it. It is one of the most densely populated countries in the Americas. In Bridgetown, a one-bedroom studio apartment goes for around $500 per month or $100 per night in Airbnb. A typical dinner out will set you back at least $13. A beer costs around $6.50 and coffee can cost a little as $5 depending on where you go. Number 9. Japan. Japan is the 9th most costly nation to live in worldwide. Japan is an island country in Southeast Asia, formed of 6,852 islands and home to 126.8 million people as of today. The four most populous islands accounting for the majority of residents are Hokkaido, Honshu, Shikoku, and Kyushu. Roughly 97% of Japanese people live on these four islands. Japan has several major cities such as Osaka, Yokohama, Nagoya, and Sapporo, which are all home to more than 2 million people. Overall, the most populous city in Japan is Tokyo, which has a population of 37 million people. It is the country's capital city and its largest metropolis. In Tokyo, a one-bedroom studio apartment costs around $1,370 per month, or $111 per night on Airbnb. Fast food costs around $5 per person, which represents the going rate for a meal. You should budget around $15 for a basic dinner and about $6 for a beer as an average for one person. Coffee is also relatively inexpensive, given how costly Tokyo is. The price for a cup of coffee is $2.81. Number 8. Norway. Norway is a Scandinavian country with a population of 5.3 million people located in Northern Europe. Norway is bordered by Sweden, Russia, and Finland, and has a total landmass of 385,203 kilometers squared. With roughly 14 persons per square kilometer, it has the 171st most crowded population on Earth. In Norway's capital, renting a one-bedroom studio flat costs around $1,193 per month, or $85 each night on Airbnb. When dining out, a fast lunch may cost more than $15. A meal with alcohol typically costs around $19.11. Number 7. The Bahamas. The next most costly country in the world to live in is the Bahamas. The Bahamas is made up of over 700 islands and has a population of 389,482 million people living across its 13,943 kilometers squared landmass. Nassau is the largest city in the Bahamas, with a population of 255,000 people. If you're considering a trip to the Bahamas, budget around $950 per month for a one-bedroom studio apartment in the city, or $149 per night for an Airbnb. If you want to enjoy a nice meal at a restaurant or go out for drinks, bring at least $50 to $100 with you. A decent dinner will cost around $15 to $20, and a beer will set you back around $2.50. Although coffee is modestly priced at about $5 per cup, it's still one of the most expensive beverages you can enjoy. Number 6. Luxembourg. Luxembourg is one of the world's smallest countries, yet it is also one of the world's tiniest sovereign nations. And when it comes to your monthly expenditures, it won't allow you much leeway. Luxembourg is a small country located in Western Europe and has an estimated population of 620,319 people. Although it has a relatively modest population, when compared to other countries on the list, it has about 207 people per square kilometer, placing it 67th most densely populated in the world. A one-bedroom studio apartment in Luxembourg City will cost around $1,322 per month, or $80 $30 per night when renting on Airbnb. When it comes to pleasures like beer and coffee, Luxembourg appears to be somewhat more costly than the Bahamas, with a single beer costing around $9 and a cup of coffee costing about $6. A basic dinner out will cost between $17 and $25 for one person, depending on what you order. Number 5. Iceland. Iceland comes in at 5th place on a ranking of our world's most expensive nations. Iceland is a Nordic country that lies between the North and Atlantic Oceans and has a total area of 103,001 square kilometers. But in comparison to other countries on our list, Iceland's population of 339,949 people is quite small. Its harsh geographic environment makes it difficult to live in for many. However, because of the relatively low cost of living and a wealthy governmental welfare system, it is possible to live fairly comfortably on considerably less money than in other Western nations. This combination has caused Iceland's population density to be the lowest among all European countries, at just 3 people per kilometer. A one-bedroom studio apartment in Reykjavik will set you back about $1,236 a month for the whole period of your stay. A typical dinner will set you back around $12 in Vietnam, with a beer costing around $8 and a cup of coffee costing about $2.15. Number 4. Denmark. Denmark is the 4th most expensive nation in Northern Europe, and it's also the 4th most costly country in the world. Denmark, which shares borders with Germany, Sweden, and Norway, has a population of 5.7 million people today. The Scandinavian capital city is Copenhagen, which has a metropolitan population of 1.99 million people and an urban population of 1.2 million individuals. Copenhagen is also one of the most costly cities to live in, owing to its popularity as the happiest place on earth. For a one-bedroom studio apartment, the monthly cost is $1,917 or $96 per night on Airbnb. The average cost of eating out is $18 per person, and brews and coffee are about $5.50 and $6.50 each. Number 3. Switzerland. Switzerland is the 3rd most expensive country in the world to reside in. Switzerland, with over 8.6 million people spread across 41,285 square kilometers and a total landmass of 135th in the world, is the 95th most populous country in the world and the 135th biggest nation when measured against overall territory. Switzerland is home to a number of lovely cities such as Bern, the country's capital, and Zurich, which is the country's largest city. Bern, with around 133,000 inhabitants, has a month's worth of accommodation for one person that costs between $1,366 and $86 per night in an Airbnb. A typical lunch or dinner out will cost between $15 and $20, with a beer costing at least $6 and a cup of coffee costs around $5. Number 2. Cayman Islands. The Cayman Islands is the world's 2nd largest inhabited British overseas territory after Bermuda. Cayman Islands is located in the western end of the Caribbean Sea and has a current population of approximately 63,000 people. The Cayman Islands are made up of numerous islands such as Grand Cayman, Little Cayman, and Cayman Brac. The Cayman Islands are recognized for their prominence in the field of offshore companies, and it's estimated that over 100,000 firms are registered there. A one-bedroom studio apartment in Georgetown, the capital of the Cayman Islands, will set you back around $1,924 a month or $83 a night if you're thinking about doing business there. The island's main attraction is the beach, which is lovely in most weather. Food and drink on the island are extremely expensive, so you want to budget accordingly. A simple meal will set you back at least $20 to $30, with beverages ranging from $8 each. Number 1. Bermuda. Bermuda is the most expensive country in the world to reside in, with accommodation and living costs costing over $5,000 per month. Bermuda is another British territory in the North Atlantic that shares many similarities to the Cayman Islands. Bermuda's population is 65,000 people, and the territory measures 20.5 square miles. Bermuda's 2nd largest city, Hamilton, is little more than a hamlet. It has about 10,000 people and serves as Bermuda's capital city. Depending on your needs, you may need to stay in a hotel while visiting the city. A one-bedroom studio apartment will set you back around $2,675 per month or $212 per night on Airbnb. If you enjoy drinking, get ready to spend some money. One glass of beer will set you back at least $10, and a dinner for 2 would range from $20 to $30 each person. Bermuda Asia is the most expensive country in the world to live in. Living in those countries might make you reconsider drinking alcohol on a daily basis, and it may prompt you to tighten your purse strings somewhat more. It's all relative, however, and is based on your disposable income and cost. So whether you're still thinking about moving to or even visiting one of these countries for the long term, at least you know what to anticipate. Thanks for watching our video on the top 10 most expensive countries to live in worldwide. If you're interested in learning more about this topic, be sure to subscribe to our channel and like and comment on this video. We'll see you next time.